Hello and welcome to the Breaking Bitcoin Market Update. It is, of course, Monday, November the 29th, Cyber Monday. The Cyber Monday deals are here and they're in full of, well, they were at least, maybe they aren't consumer electronics and other frivolous spending you might be doing. But in terms of Bitcoin and the crypto markets, apparently, well, Black
Think
Friday.
Cyber Monday is everyone's putting their funds towards crypto right now.
Yeah, exactly. Seems like the Cyber Monday thing doesn't really translate to cryptos. Friday and maybe a bit of Saturday.
People are buying up the deals on crypto right now. Look at all the prices.
Yeah, nice little bounce on a Friday, guys, or from the Friday into this Monday. We're gonna see, of course, how this market's gonna fare. We got a bit of TA coming up for you today. Jason's gonna give us his thoughts on this latest in market action. Are we just butting up against resistance here, or are we ready? Are we ready to wind up for the next big swing in the markets? We're gonna get into that question in a little bit today. With that said, guys, yes, it is Monday, and this is typically when Alex hosts the show on Mondays, but Alex, of course, is in Florida. He does have business to attend to, and he was rather busy today, so and we also know his connection kind of sucks when he's on the road, guys, so I didn't want to subject you to that. So Jason decided to hop in. Yeah, no, Jason doing fine work on the show as of late, so it's great to have him here. With that said, guys, we do have 90 minutes in store from you. We're going to go from this intro into the news. We're then going to touch on the bubbles. Let's see what's going on in the alt space. We'll then, of course, shout out the audience before we get into the main technical analysis section. That's coming up in, say, 30 minutes. Yes, 30 minutes or so. We'll get into Jason's daily scan, and then we'll get to your requests, guys. Looking forward to that. Hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving Day long weekend. It was a good one. I had a nice fresh dump of snow here.
I forgot how busy Thanksgiving can be because last year everything was dulled down because of COVID. No one was going anywhere, doing anything. And then coming back into the family atmosphere, it's like, man, you're on the move constantly. You forgot how much you could just stay home during COVID.
Yes, no kidding. Maybe some semblance of life returning to normal. Right. With that said, guys, let's go ahead and get right into it. Let me see here. I think I neglected to get a few of these done. Actually, with that said, I forgot to get Jason on screen for the intro.
It's fine. We can just push it to later.
Yeah, we push it to later. Let's see here, guys. I'm gonna get into this in just a moment. Bear with me one moment, and I'll be getting right into it. All right, what's this? All right, we're going to get into a couple interesting breaking news stories coming up right now, including Jack Dorsey. Is he really stepping down from Twitter? Going to get into this in just a moment. Let's have a look here. MicroStrategy. All right. Sorry for that delay, guys. Today I'm running a little late. Yes. This is a good worthy update as well. We'll get into all that in a moment. With that said, let's get into this first news piece from U.Today. Dogecoin killer Shiba Inu listed on Kraken. All right, Shiba up today. If you're wondering why, almost a month-long wait's finally over. Shiba Inu finally arrives at the Kraken exchange. Opening deposits for the hottest meme coin. Is SHIB still as hot as it was just a couple months ago? Well, this isn't bad. This is an opportunity for, Kraken's popular among many U.S. investors, I guess, retail people. I'm just going to go check in on SHIB. It's popular among many, I think, retail U.S. users, so this could very well open the door to anybody who hasn't been able to get access to, I guess, the SHIB markets. SHIB not really doing much. SHIB is still down about 50-something% from its highs, and currently,
Ohio.
Currently today's announcement's worth only a couple percent of a bounce. So, there's that. I'm not going to indulge the sheep story too much longer, but there you have it. Let's get into this next piece. Bitcoin proponent Jack Dorsey stepping down as Twitter CEO. Is this for real? Let's give a look. Bitcoin evangelist Jack Dorsey set to step down as CEO of Twitter, this according to CNBC, citing an anonymous source. He co-founded the highly influential social media company back in 2006, and he became the first CEO spearheading the microblogging movement. In 2008, co-founder Evan Williams became Twitter's new boss after Dorsey stepped down from the role and became the chairman of the board. But back in 2010, businessman Dick Costolo took the reins from Williams, and Dorsey took a break from Twitter altogether to focus on other ventures. But back in 2013, Twitter became a publicly traded company, and Dorsey turned into a billionaire within hours after the social media giant launched its IPO. Dorsey returned to the company as CEO in 2015, replacing businessman Costello, who had served as CEO from 10 to 15. In 2020, Elliott Management partner founder Paul Singer tried to oust Dorsey, but the attempt failed. And now Dorsey has been, which is known, of course, as one of the most ardent proponents of the flagship crypto, Bitcoin. His Twitter bio says only one word, #Bitcoin. Under Dorsey's watch, the social media platform implemented Bitcoin tipping service powered by the Lightning Network. And this is not the only CEO-ship that Dorsey holds. He is also the helm of payments company Square, whose business heavily relies on Bitcoin. Earlier this month, Square released a protocol for decentralized Bitcoin exchange after partnering with blockchain company Blockstream to launch a solar-powered mining project. Cash App generated $1.8 billion worth of Bitcoin revenue in the third quarter of 2018. That's going way back. And in July, Dorsey said he'd be willing to leave both his companies to focus entirely on Bitcoin. So this is really the heart of the matter. What I was trying to get at is Dorsey stepping down from Twitter a move to get closer with Bitcoin, do more work on the Square front? Let's have a look what he says here. If I were not at Square or Twitter, he says, I'd be working on Bitcoin. If Bitcoin needed more help than Square and Twitter provide, I'd leave them both for Bitcoin. But I believe both companies have a role to play, and I think anything that we do as a company to help find the right intersection between corporate narrative and community open narrative is for the best. It's not clear who's going to be at the helm of Twitter to succeed Dorsey. Let's see, he's of course faced criticisms and blah, 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 blah. All right, kind of interesting. Dorsey, a new chapter in the life of the man Jack Dorsey. Will he go on? Will he go on to do great things for crypto and Bitcoin? This could be the start of something. Interesting to see that he's finally stepping away from Twitter to potentially pursue.
I mean, how much can you take, really? I think you're going to start seeing a lot of these big giant tech firm CEOs step down.
Well, there's
like,
something to
isn't Bezos doing it as well?
Is Bezos stepping down? He might be.
I heard that Bezos is stepping down as well.
Well, there you go. Maybe there's a trend afoot here. With that said, guys, let's go ahead and get into another piece. It is a Monday, of course. We're going to take it nice and easy today. Crypto Slate reports that MicroStrategy announced the purchase of 7,000 more Bitcoin worth about $400 million. All right. Well, the deep-pocketed MicroStrategy guys, they just keep buying. They just keep buying. They keep accumulating. And they, well, in this case, can't stop, won't stop. The company that now holds over 121,000 Bitcoin worth just under $7 billion. So MicroStrategy announced earlier today it has purchased an additional 7,000 Bitcoin. The latest purchase will make Michael Saylor's company the largest known Bitcoin holder among non-crypto companies. More Bitcoins from Michael Saylor. This reads, one of the largest software companies in the world just announced significantly increased its crypto holdings. In its latest Form 8 filing with the SEC, MicroStrategy apparently purchased 7,002 BTC. About $414 million in cash was spent. The Bitcoins were purchased for an average price of $59,187. Well, apparently he bought a little high. You'd think you'd be buying in bulk in an OTC deal, somebody would cut you a break, but apparently bought right here at $59,100. While this isn't the largest purchase MicroStrategy has made to date when it comes to crypto, it's still significantly increased its Bitcoin position. The company now holds 121,000. Yeah, so this is a little, let's say, like 6%, a 6% increase in their holdings. That's not too shabby. That's what I would call Money Mondays. Would you not, Jason?
I mean, that's a pretty good one to me.
Well, if you got 1,400, or if you got $400 million, or maybe just $400 to your name, consider doing like MicroStrategy and DCAing it. Maybe this Black Friday deal was the one to buy. With that said, we'll get into the charts in a few minutes. Let's go ahead and get into another news item or so. What do we have left today? I already have this down. All right, this is something we touched on just last week. I don't think Jason was here during the... I think it was Alex was on the show with me, so I'm just going to kind of... it seems like this article is trending again. We're going to retouch on this story. So this particular artist, guys, if you're not familiar, right-wing NFT artist says OpenSea rarible ban down to political censorship. Yeah, guys, this is very disappointing. This is supposed to be a decentralized space, right? So seeing stuff like this happen, what's basically politically motivated, kind of censorship, it's kind of disappointing to see arrive at the space. But let's explore the story a little further. We did touch on this last week. A right-wing cartoonist accused OpenSea and Rarible of, quote, political censorship after they nixed his $1.8 million NFT collection. Pseudonymous artist StoneToss launched Flurks in late November, a 5,000-piece generative art project similar to Bored Apes and CryptoPunks. The entire collection sold out in just 20 minutes and raised about 420 ETH, worth about 1.8 million. Despite people speculating on the artwork's resale value and the collection's trade volume exceeding well over 100 ETH, the initial success was short-lived. Whoa, it was around that point in time, for reasons unknown to us, OpenSea had apparently delisted Flurks from their platform, preventing further sales. Sometime thereafter, we were also delisted on Rarible for unstated reasons, StoneToss explained to Bitcoin News. Hello, OpenSea. Here's a tweet from StoneToss. I'm reaching out because I feel your platform is being co-opted as a tool for political censorship. I also sent this message to your support page. My collector community would like a reply. Also, respectfully tagging OpenSea founders. And here's the tweet coming from the artists themselves. All right, guys. I mean, I'm not going to get too much deeper into this. A lot of this is probably not kosher for YouTube anyway. But still, it's kind of disappointing. I know that this artist is his art is definitely political, and it walks the right side of the aisle in terms of political thought, guys. There was hardly anything here that would have been considered extreme, explicit, or racially charged, anything like that. It really was quite. It wasn't overly spicy, guys. Yet StoneToss.
It doesn't have to be in this world.
Well, you're right.
People are hypersensitive these days.
Yeah, well, you know what? If we were like, stocking products at Walmart, I could understand that this might not fly. But this is like a decentralized space. There's plenty of artists operating out here that you might not agree with politically, but we don't necessarily discriminate. Who can post what on OpenSea.
And who are the people doing that? Like,
well, it's cancel culture. It's left-wing cancel culture.
It's just like, oh, you're the problem if that's the way you think. Like, why do you think that way? I just don't get it.
It's well, it's really quite simple, right? People think that the greatest atrocities that ever happened in human history were because of unchecked right-wing political thought, and so well, if you let somebody post cute cartoons like this, here's a little piece from this artist. You can see this little 4-piece here, a $10,000 NFT. This guy asks, I'll just right-click and save as. And then he downloads a $10 movie, and of course he gets swatted. So it's a little commentary like this. It's not really too egregious, guys. It really is disappointing.
Well, that's not like who cares? Like, if anything, this is going to prove a point to the other side that yeah, you can take a picture, whatever, but you still don't own it. You still don't like. I don't think people get it yet.
They certainly don't, but as you can see, the art is not that spicy, and it's really disappointing to see that this kind of stuff coming to the crypto space, guys. I remember a number of years ago, the crypto space was dominated, I think, by libertarian thought. All right, correct me if I'm wrong, but it really does seem like there's a lot of libertarian vibes, liberty thinking and freedom vibes flowing through the crypto space. What's up?
Either I need to come down or you need to come up. People are saying that I'm 3 times louder than you.
Oh, gotcha. Sorry about that, guys. Let me adjust that. Although right now my levels are okay. That would be very weird. I'm going to turn Jason down a touch, guys. Let me know if this is better. Thank you for the feedback. But as I was saying, just a few years ago, it seemed like the space was dominated with libertarian thought. People were very open to this idea that, yeah, you got to allow people to, to kind of express and think the way they want. It's libertarian thinking, guys. You know how dominant it was on the internet just a few years ago. I probably don't have to tell you. Well, what can I say? The crypto space has seemingly completely walked away from a lot of libertarian thinking. Maybe not entirely, okay, guys? Don't get me wrong. But it does seem the more time I spend in here, the more it seems to have been infiltrated by far left-wing people, far left-leaning people. Libertarian thought has almost completely exited the room. And as such, I feel like the original promise, the ethos of cryptocurrency itself is being challenged here. But guys, this is just the world we live in. Everything is politically charged. You cannot get into any topic on anything, seemingly.
You'll say nothing?
Without getting into everything gets political in today's age, guys, and including our own cute little NFTs on OpenSea. It really is a sad day, guys. What else can I add? Not much more than that. Let's see here. Bitcoin, one hubris-laden interview, closer to a day of reckoning. Let's have a look. This is something Alex linked us in the premium news pulse in the Discord server. As always, he's always catching great articles, great op-eds, and in this piece titled Bitcoin, one hubris-laden interview, closer to a day of reckoning. This is an extended piece. The Bitcoin bull case still appears to be full of past performance statistics, hollow comparisons to gold, ad hominem attacks, and doublespeak, and ignoring key questions. Many people already know that some of my controversial takes on Bitcoin, not the least of which is the idea that I believe a crypto cataclysm could be coming and that China could be sidestepping the global economic crisis by bowing out of the crypto world. All right, so this is an interesting piece, guys. It is rather lengthy. I will leave the link in the description below, but to summarize it, he is observing what's happening in China. China, indeed, kind of pulling out of crypto. We have seen, I guess, a real exodus. For once, China has banned Bitcoin. It seems to actually somewhat kind of coming through this time. We've been following this story for the last year or so. Is there a lot more to this? Is there a lot more to this? Is this geopolitical? Is there a big, a bigger narrative here afoot? Something else afoot? And is there a lot that needs dispelling about Bitcoin's myths? This article attempts to tackle, and I do encourage you to give that a look. I will leave it in the description below. Can't get into it right this minute. Let's have a look. Zero Hedge. Now, I don't know how much of this I can really read, guys, but once again, the link will be in the description below. Goldman Sachs slams the panic around the latest variant, guys. Sounds like Goldman Sachs is the same take I had on this on Friday. Yes, one look at the ridiculous plunge across asset markets on Friday, which sent oil into one of its biggest tailspins in history. Let's see, and one would think that this new variant sounds like a evil robot king from an 80s movie. It certainly does. This article, guys, I'm sorry I'm kind of butchering this article. I'm really trying to avoid reading certain keywords on here that get you in trouble on YouTube. You really can't cover the topic of the variant too much. But the main takeaway of this is one that I kind of mentioned.
Mean old algorithms sniffing around.
What's what I mentioned on Friday, which is it's way too early. Just because you've maybe identified a variant in the wild, it's way too early to be like, oh dear, this one's bad. You really don't know anything about it yet, let alone to cause the market to go into a tailspin over it.
It could be the key to a real vaccine.
Indeed. With that said, guys, I will leave the link in the description below if you do want to explore the thoughts of Zero Hedge's Tyler Durden, and including what Goldman Sachs had to say on the topic of this latest you-know-what. Alright, I think that's basically it for today. Did I miss anything? I don't think so. I am going to hop into the next scene, though. Next scene. By next scene, I mean the bubbles. Let's go ahead and get into the bubbles, see how it's going. Well, it's mighty green out here. Seems like the Cyber Monday pump is real. The bloodiness of Friday has been left behind. Man, you really got to get in the habit of just buying. When bubbles goes full right across the board, those are the days you buy, because it seems like the next day we should start to show everything flips green. With that said,
We'll set a bot to it and see how it does.
We'll see how that works. With that said, guys, I am going to shout out some of the big winners today. It's all green, and it's mighty green. Tezos is up nearly 20%. Pancake Swap up nearly 15%. Solana's up 14. Matic something similar. VeChain same deal. Stacks is one of the top gainers of today. Blockstacks is up a little over 18%, and well, smattering of other tokens all up double digits. Everything from Curve, Zec, Sheeb. Oh, Sheeb's up 10%. Yeah, Chili's. Cardano's up 10%. Qtum, Polkadot, you name it. It's here, and it's up at least 10%. Nice day in the alt space. Would you not agree, guys? All right.
Oh, looks great.
My dear.
I think that there's some cool things happening with dominance right now, considering ETH dominance and Bitcoin dominance, as well as a chance for the alts to breathe a little bit. So I think that it could lead to further upside for them. I'm excited. We're right in that zone right now. I think that this week's going to be a real big deciding factor.
Yeah, Bitcoin dominance picked up about 3% over the weekend, and currently pulling back on the Monday. We'll see how this all pans out.
I looked at it 2 hours ago. It might be way different. It might be pulling back up now with what we're seeing out of Bitcoin currently.
Still down on the daily. Dominance slipping. With that said, we'll get into the charts in just a minute, guys. And that was a look at the bubbles. I'm going to head into the Restream chat right now and see who's kicking it with us this Monday afternoon. This fabulous Monday afternoon here on the Kraken Crypto Market Update. All right, here we go. I'm over here. Crypto Jenny writes, hi there. Big shout outs to Crypto Jenny in the D-Live chat. Crypto Bulls with us as well in D-Live writing, Jack in Midwest is in the house. Yes, we certainly are. Big shout outs to Ron Legato, who's with us on YouTube as well. Jonah, love the show. Hello, everybody. Jesus been trying to buy a loaded lion. Anyone here got one? Like sensible money? All right. Jonah, love the show, is looking to buy a loaded lion. Is loaded lion like a new NFT? Loaded lions. Loaded Lions. Like it's an NFT, and it seems like it's hosted on the Crypto.com NFT platform. Very cool. No, haven't really heard of it, but shout out to Jonah, love the show. There's your shout out to Mr. Ether, Robert Warner, Green. Yes, Mighty Green. Mr. Ether writes, this will be the weekly wick on top of this week's candle. I think we go down some more here. So this is the wick. Okay, we're building up the wick right now of the week. Mr. Ether apparently thinks we got more downside to come later this week. Alex1233, love a bit of pumping. Oh, wait. All right, not going to continue. That's Jason. Your son into Sandbox, Mr. Ether? He asked. Yeah, good question, Mr. Ether. Let us know. Can your kid get us like VIP passes? We haven't got in on the Sandbox. Alpha. Maybe your kid scored a few alpha passes you'd be willing to share with us. B-Flow, big shout outs to you. Hola. Alex33, I'm going to give the sperm whale a whole new meaning. Oh dear. CryptoBull21, I got no idea what you're typing. Midwest Attempts, good morning to you too. Yeah. Good afternoon to Murdoch the Murloc on Twitch. How's everyone doing? We're doing great. CryptoBull21, you know she will pump when Robinhood lets it out. I thought it was already on Robinhood.
Yeah, it's like predominantly traded on Robinhood.
Yeah, I thought it was.
I think you're talking about the Kraken.
No, maybe he means another retail app, or maybe he doesn't know that Robinhood, I think, already hosts Sheeb. Alex33, who are we? The Sheeb Army. Well, speak for yourself, big guy. Midwest Attempts, I'm very proud that I was able to read that. Oh, damn, Jason, I didn't know you were...
Ohio gozaimasu.
Mr. Ether, Robert Warner.
That means good morning.
Yes, well, you should watch that new episode of Curb Your Enthusiasm.
I have not actually watched Curb.
You've never watched any Curb?
Nope, I actually should. That's one that'll put it on my list.
Wow, did you watch Seinfeld back in the day?
I sure did.
Did you like Seinfeld?
I know Larry David wrote it.
Yeah, it's very much comedy in a similar vein.
It was just one that I didn't get into. I mean, Arrested Development, I loved that one.
Well, you're missing out because there's a new season of Curb as well, and your little Japanese thing kind of made me think of the latest episode. There's a Larry David gets into it with the Japanese sushi chefs. I'll let you catch up on that. With that said, guys, let's get into the last couple comments. We're getting to the next segment. Let's see here. Very proud, Mr. Ether, probably stepping down to concentrate on bigger, better things. Yes, our boy Jack Dorsey might be hopefully focusing on bigger, better things. Jason, 410 days straight of Japanese on Duolingo. Okay, well, apparently it's working. Electric,
Yep.
Bezos stepped down.
I was worried that it wasn't.
Electric, Bezos stepped down a while ago. Indeed. Cryptable21, that's awesome if you read without Google Translate. I did indeed. I have my sincerest doubts, but if it does, then
I swear.
Duolingo apparently works. If it taught him Japanese, then
410 days.
I'm impressed. Let's see here. The app
Not like it was
is
quick.
working. It is working. The first app in the App Store to have actually succeeded at something. Go figure.
That's free.
Okay, Jason, I'm very happy because I wasn't learning anything. All right, it's way different in English, you think? Jason is at least 3 times louder than you. All right, we fixed that hopefully at some point. Let's have a look. Bird, if you download the movie, does that make you the owner of the movie? Well, you own the CD that you burned it to, I guess. Jason. Different types of media. Yep. You guys seem about balanced to me. Well, thank you. Mr. Ether says sound is perfect. Well, thank you. Alex81SG. People don't get the NFT's unique aspects because right now 99% of NFTs are garbage.
I will agree with that.
Yeah, a lot of NFTs are garbage. A lot of it's cash grabs.
A lot of them in the beginning here have been money grabs of
Yes.
art. Like,
And it's the same thing with
don't really have utility.
same thing with alts, right? So many alt projects that launch
you're
are
gonna
really
see
just
that
cash
in any
grabs.
emerging market. The first participants are usually scammers or someone just trying for a quick money grab. But it doesn't mean that there's not huge potential in the space, in my opinion.
Massive potential, guys. Massive. But just wait until the hottest intellectual properties make
wait
their
till the
way to
metaverse
space.
is rolling.
Yeah, wait till Disney and Marvel and you name it, the Pokemon.
Speaking of which,
all of them
it's
make their way.
exciting to look at like things like Sandbox launching today and seeing how that affects its prices and stuff. Because looking at the Sand chart, it looks bullish as hell. And based off this launch, is this one of those buy the news moments? Like, I don't know. It looks really good.
To be fair, it's not a full launch. It's just the alpha launch. So this is like
but people are going to start
preview.
playing.
Oh, yeah, for sure. People are going to start playing because there's so many prizes, so many achievements, so much early swag to get through on Sandbox that, yes, there's a huge desire to be there during this
People
alpha
are
week
be making
or two.
a lot of sand.
Yeah, I think each user can unlock up to $7,000 or sorry, 7,000 Sandbox credits in achievements, which is massive. I don't know if that's how doable that is for every user.
I better know how long it takes to get there so I can make sure to dump before everyone starts getting their achievements done.
Good point. Yeah, kind of seems like it's absolutely laden with prizes and giveaways. So a big desire to get in on the Sandbox Alpha this week. As such, I think you're seeing the Alpha token still pump, and the Sandbox token pump, and finally, what else? Yes, the Sandbox passes. That's right. There's something called Alpha passes, guys. If you're interested in the Sandbox Alpha,
cost you about 2.5 ETH right now.
Really? That's what it was? Okay, forget I said anything. All right, I would direct you guys toward Alpha passes, but if it's at a cost of 2.5 ETH,
it is currently at 2.6 ETH. Yes.
Wow. So as you guys may or may not be aware, people
might be out of reach.
Sandbox holders, I think exclusive alpha passes to join the alpha. They have the alpha pass itself is an NFT, so people are selling their alpha passes for what Jason just mentioned, over 2 ETH.
I literally just looked at it. It's 2.6.
Wow. But I mean, if it unlocks maybe up to 7,000 Sandbox tokens. Or 1,000 Sandbox tokens.
Which, sitting at
that's
$7
grand. You know, that's not too bad.
Who knows?
2 ETH for $7,000, plus a good time in the
in the
Sandbox.
metaverse.
Yes. Is that worth the cost? Do let me know if anybody in here shows up in the Sand Alpha. Mr. Ether says, I hold a little sand, but he doesn't. Not a lot, though. All right. Cryptable21. I thought Sheeb was going to be listed on Robinhood in December. Where was I at? Not too sure. Same. Most NFTs are trash, but the legit projects are out there, says Cryptable. A couple more comments. We're getting into the next segment, guys. Ron Legato is with us. Electric Duolingo's great. Memorize, I think is what it is. Memorize has good language learning content as well. It gets into more detail in certain areas like grammar. Man, we got Some well-studied gentlemen in the chat. Electric, I learned a good chunk of Indonesian with those apps. Well, what a language to pick to learn, Indonesian. Big shouts, Electric. Crypto21, I believe the Alpha Pass is down at the moment. DOIOR. Wouldn't be surprised if they are having issues, because today I think is the launch of the Alpha.
So it's likely to pump the price as well. I've seen this happen on a lot of the mints that I've been involved with. Like as soon as like things go up, like it pumps that price up rather quickly, like to ridiculous levels, and people for some reason keep paying within that time frame.
People can't get enough their sandbox once they step foot in there.
Yeah,
I guess.
but like where they getting this spare like 13 grand?
Deep pocketed people out here in the space, my man. I come across them all the time. All right, with that said, guys.
Yeah, I just wish I would have got back into like ETH and Bitcoin in like 2014.
Sure.
Then I would understand.
Yeah, I wish I just aped in even harder way back when. Shoulda, coulda, woulda. You know how it goes, guys. We're not going to beat ourselves up for it because, yeah, we're still out here trying to milk the game market for everything it's worth, and appropriately so, because we're getting into the next segment right now, right here. Let's do it. Hopping into Jason's main scene, and we're in here. All right, wonderful. Let's put a couple things on screen here, including, let's get Jason's camera on screen, shall we? Boom. All right, Jason's up here on the side of the screen, looking good. Yep, you're up here, my guy. And all right, so we've got the BTC.D 24-hour chart on screen. We have Jason's webcam up and running. We got the chat in the corner. I'm going to start extracting your requests. Guys, get your requests in. I'm pretty sure I didn't read any requests yet. Going through the chat engagement. No requests spotted just yet, but that's okay, guys. You've doing it just right. Pass me those requests here and now. Jason's taking over in the meantime. BRB.
All right, well, as we mapped out here last Friday, we had these levels all here, just kind of see if we were going to go sideways or break down. We did get an attempt to sell off, but man, buyers just stepped in on Sunday. And then we got bought back all the way back up to here, and now we're pressing back up above the 13 EMA, my baseline, breaking this trend on the daily. I do think that there is some potential here. I will point out that that this is the same pattern that I always talk about. So like I'll look at a perfect example of it right now. If we can go over to Alice USDT, as you can see right here, this three bar reversal, a close back above here is usually an initiation that you're going to get price continuation to the upside. So looking at this chart right here, I might be buying this as a continuation prematurely on the actual play of the 3-bar reversal. It looks exactly like this. We get the new high, and then you get 3 consecutive down candles, and then a buyback above, and you buy the break of the 3rd candle. Alice, you clearly see right here, did. Now it's coming back down here to test. So I do think that this is going to be a great entry into Alice to take to the upside, and then you know if it closes back below here that you can get out. But if you look at Bitcoin here, this is what I was talking about. It's important to remember this does look good, and we're breaking this trend, but we won't really know for sure until tomorrow, because this very well could end up being a 3-bar reversal to the downside. We need to get the close of tomorrow's candle. If it closes back below this trend, then we're likely in for more downside, and that's going to definitely take us down to that 49 range. But I do like what I'm seeing in a lot of the market here, like the break of trends. Let's just see if we can support it. By the end of the day, if we come over here and look at ETH looks a lot stronger, and it's actually giving me a signal on today's candle, which this one could have been a fake out. If you had a timeout, there's a chance that you could have stayed in it. But this happens sometimes. You get chopped up out of a signal, and then you get the proper one right after it, and then you don't want to take it because you're scared you're going to get smacked in the face again, and then it actually plays out. So Ethereum looking very strong here. Also important to remember, we could be getting that reversal, but they often have a wick into it. So I do think that there is room here to take a trade, hit TP1, and then if we do reverse, then you'll be in and out of the trade. But things on lower time frames for Bitcoin and Ethereum, the great 4-hour signals here that are beginning to play out. Let's just see if we can get over these trends. But if today closes anything like this, I won't have a problem taking a position on Ethereum here to the upside. And if we come over here and look at Ethereum dominance, I think that it's kind of telling where it's hanging out. Got wicked into a little bit here, but now we're just sitting up in this upper channel. We have tried many times to break out of this on the daily. I think that any close above that is definite time to be getting into Ethereum. But I think that there's a chance that you could get it here, and you're getting a continuation signal on the daily today. So with a rising explosion level. So that tells me volatility is expanding. And once we break above this, I do believe it's game on all the way up to that 25.18 level. So I think that this is very telling. I think Ethereum is looking better here than Bitcoin is. Of course, Bitcoin is pressing up, but I think that we're probably going to be well pressed to be in Ethereum rather than Bitcoin. It just looks better today. Well, it is giving the full signal, and maybe we get this signal today and then we get this signal tomorrow. But I do think it's important to wait on Bitcoin here, not jump the gun. This is a great break of trend. Again, we have to wait for the daily to close, but I think by Wednesday, we'll have a real good idea on whether this is going to continue to the upside or if we're just going to trade sideways. But I could totally see us trading sideways here within this channel that's marked out, and then giving the alts a little bit more room to run, which I think that you're seeing on bubbles currently. And if we did go sideways, I think you'd see continuation of a lot of those alts. Getting into alt perp, all pretty much the same pattern here. You don't like them under resistance. You need them to start breaking back above here and establishing support. I mean, just pretty classic the 3 white soldiers patterns out of a lot of these. Exchange perp looking a lot stronger than the others, actually breaking above resistances here. I think this is going to be a good signal by the end of the day. So likely getting into those exchange tokens, BNB, Leo, stuff, FTT. Those are probably going to be looking pretty good today. Mid perp looking the same, coming up to resistance. I think shit perp looks strong here. I really do. Just a little throwback here on top of this, establish support and then continuation. Nothing you can quite do with it yet, but getting into those smaller shitcoin and low cap coins out there on Binance, pay attention to those today at close because there's a good chance that a lot of them have some good signals. Gold getting sold into. We had this marked out, this level here. I did say that I think it's likely to come down here and tap this, which it looks like it got sold into, getting bought back up from here. Nothing you can really do with it here. Silver breaking down to the line and below, coming back down here to test even lower. Not looking the greatest, but usually is when they look the worst is the time to look for that reversal. So just see what happens with them. As of right now, nothing you can really do. Getting bought back up. Dow Jones gapping down pretty hard, but seems to be having some kind of a reaction today. Wait till the close. Would be really cool to see this thing come up here and close all the way back above. QQQ looking a lot stronger. Likely to end up getting a continuation signal out of this in the next 2 days. And then the SPY gapping down, then gapping back up. Right back up to its baseline. Baseline bounce off of this. To me, honestly, if you were asking me which way I'd play this, any close right here, I think that this would be an opportunity to short it, to be honest with you. This gap up is kind of large. Dixie getting bought back up a little bit off of a big down day. But other than that, everything's just pretty sideways right now. I think Bitcoin and crypto are in an interesting position. Specifically metaverse coins. I was looking over them, like Alice, Smooth, SLP, Sand, Gala, all of these coins just look super interesting and just structurally different than the rest of the market. And I think that it's because of this whole metaverse hype that we're about to have. So I'm super interested in them right now and starting to see some of those reversal patterns that I like to see. I'm probably going to start getting invested in them as well. But I mean, other than that, I think that things are looking good from here. but there's not enough information to really tell us if this is going to be a true reversal and we're going to go for all-time highs again. I think we have to be patient this week, but I think the decision's getting close. And if we start getting those signals to the upside, we're going to take them. So other than that, we'll probably just get into requests.
Yeah, we're going to get into that very shortly. Let's do it. I got a couple requests already on here. I'm going to put the first one up on the screen. Going to read a couple comments, though. Anyword writes, ETH gas fees bug the hell out of me. Well, probably not the only one.
Yeah, you aren't the only one, my friend.
Not the only one.
It's pretty wild there for a while.
Well, let's take a look here. Jose Alves joins us in the live chat. Big shout out to you, Jose. Crypto Cats with Meta Hero. Hang tight. We'll get into Meta Hero in just a second. Sainsy is with us as well. Big shout out to Sainsy on YouTube. Let's see. Crypto Cats, it is the way.
Hi, mate.
Crypto Cat Cryptable 21. How does your 2-hour stop loss work? Does that bot wait 2 hours after hitting the price to become active, or does the bot just wait 2 hours to activate a stop loss?
Yeah, it's on 3 commas and it activates. Well, the way I set it up, you can set it up multiple ways, but I set it up. It activates once price has gone below that level and it starts to counter. And then after that 2 hours, if it closed back above, then it just stops it, and then it'll reopen it if it closes back below that. But if it runs for 2 hours and it's below that, then it just closes it at market.
All right, Crypto Bull. Hopefully that.
And then you can set that to however many hours you want. Like I usually do a 5-hour stop loss timeout on the initial position, and then a 2-hour timeout at break even when I hit TP1. And that, for the most part, has done me well. I would have been interested to see what the data would have given me on the timeouts that would have happened over the weekend if 3 commas didn't mess that all up. And then I just had to ride a lot of those in drawdown and then exit a few, which still pissing me off, but it is what it is. I would have been interested to see if it actually would have worked, because it's worked for me so much in the past. It very rarely stops me out on those big movements. So I would have been curious. I think it would have, but glad that it didn't in this case, just because the DOT and ETH positions, I got to recover those positions back. So
true. All right.
But I do think that there was bound to be a time where it ended up getting me, right?
Indeed. But so far, Jason seems to have had success with
it's still working very well.
Stop loss timeouts. You've definitely figured it out. It works for you, Crypto Bull. Hopefully it answers your question. If anybody else has questions about stop loss timeouts, I guess hop in the Discord. We could probably discuss it.
And make sure you're using extremely low leverage.
Yes.
Because a stop loss timeout doesn't mean anything if you get a giant wick and it just liquidates your position.
Yes, exactly. It's a risk you take, but apparently, Jason, you've kind of dialed it in just right. Working good for you. All right. With that said, I think we're ready to get to the first request of the day, and it's going to be Meta Hero. I'm just going to put it up on the screen, guys. Here we go. First request of the day is going to be, like I said, Meta Hero.
PooCoin?
PooCoin, indeed. We got to go look at the
Meta Hero?
Correct.
I was actually talking to Jack. I'm like, when are they going to make a meta perp? Like, it's got to be soon.
Imagine it's coming soon.
Meta Hero? Is it just Meta Hero? Like, I'm not finding anything.
Let me go look here. Bear with me. Meta Hero coin. I did see the user type in the chat saying Meta Hero is on PooCoin, but let me see here. The ticker is just Hero. My mistake. Just Hero. Okay. And then it should come up as Meta Hero in options. I think you're typing in the wrong window.
Yeah, I am. I just noticed. That's my bad.
All good.
But I just refreshed, and it's probably going to take forever. Come on, boy.
There it goes.
My bad.
Hero, that's the one.
Well, what can be said? It looks great.
Should have bought it on Friday when we looked at it on Friday, I guess.
Yeah, again, these metaverse coins, man, I think that anything involved in this stuff is going to start doing well. I think it's going to be another boom like we saw with DeFi. Right now, I mean, it's just, I can't advise buying the top of this candle. Your volatility is expanding. This would have been a take profit for this structure. That would be complete right now, but this absolutely could keep expanding. If anything, I mean, this is very parabolic already. Let's get down here a little bit. I guess what we could do possibly... Oh, they won't let me do weekly on here, will they? We can just, I guess, add a fib extension to it just to maybe see if we can't get some levels. Just go. Looks like you're getting caught up here on that 0.78, and then your next target would be up here at that 0.25. I mean, honestly, I think that there's more gas in the tank here. I think that this is going to be one of those things that we all look back on and be like, hey, remember that metaverse stuff? Like, this just, it looks like there's about to be a lot of expansion to come in here. Like I said, this, for me, I can't really take a position on this. If anything, I'd be waiting for a pullback to test this trend line and then getting out below any level or close below there around that 15, because that really seems to be where price just bounce, and now becomes support. So if then if not, just start targeting your fib levels. Your next one to hit there is at that 25-cent range, which from here is about close to 20% gain from here. So I guess we can go down to lower time frames, see if we're getting any kind of getting sold into a little bit here. Wouldn't surprise me if you go a little sideways here to come down and test this trend and maybe be able to pick it up here around that 19-cent range. But it looks bullish, man. It looks great.
Well then, Meta Hero is in the bag. Let's go ahead and get to the next one. It's UFO as well for CryptoCats. CryptoCats, is it safe to assume UFO should also be charted here on PooCoin? Do let me know.
Probably. It probably looks exactly the same.
Sainzy's with us in YouTube. Good to see you on the stream, Jason. He says, long time. Hope you're well.
It's been a while since I heard from you, Sainzy. Hope you're doing well. Well, if this is the one, then UFOs don't come back down to Earth. This one's just going straight to space. I mean, what do you want? Like,
what do you guys?
Like,
is this the right one? Oh my god.
I don't know. It's UFO.
Is this one of those tokens you can't sell? You can only buy.
I was gonna say, right? Like, no, go down. Let's look on UFO. Would this be it? Wrapped ETH. Looks like I've charted it before. Oh, this was one last week that I said I wouldn't be shocked if this thing kind of comes sideways here for a baseline bounce, and you should kind of look for this level here to come back down and test. And I think that's still the case. You could end up getting any close back above here on this open of that not $1,013 or 113. Any close back above there, I think it's going to be a solid continuation. But for now, volatility is expanding to the downside and going sideways. So you should wait until you get a proper signal to get into this. But it is at all-time highs and listing sideways. So it wouldn't shock me at all if buyers stepped in here. And I'm not even sure what UFO is, like the truth, whatever, what kind of project that's even involved in. But if it's a viable project, then, I mean, it probably will pump with the other projects that are emerging here.
Indeed.
I'm excited for him.
What a runner. What a runner. Big shout outs to CryptoCats for that one. The Truth, eh? That's quite the name for a crypto project. Kind of intriguing. I might have to look deeper. DYOR as always, guys. Bflow in the YouTube chat asks, how does FTX not have a meta basket yet? Yeah, where is that meta perp FTX? Come on, man.
Right.
Come on, man.
Come on, man.
We get Biden on the scene.
Just want a little piece of the meta.
We gotta get Biden to call SBF up, Sam Bankman-Fried, and be like, come on, man. We're still waiting for them. Meta
Those Biden
perps.
bugs.
Biden bucks of those meta perps. All right, guys, time to fix the screen because I did expand it out for the KuCoin
Biden bugs.
view or the Poo coin, whatever. For God's sake, the names of in this space are just
Right.
atrocious.
It's hard to act serious.
All right, so we looked at meta and UFO. Here's next up. You got algo and comp for our boy Murdoch the Murloc.
Well, weird. Algo. Coming up on an interesting spot here. I mean, it does appear that this is held. I mean, you've had 4 tests. It's hard not to be bullish here until you get that break. I mean, but right as of right now, there's nothing you can do. If you end up getting a close above this level here on this close of or open of $1.82, then I think that likely your oscillator is going to be caught up by then, and you could get a full signal today. If not, it'll be tomorrow, and that'll be one of those ones that I think likely gives you a little bit of a baseline bounce and then kind of hangs out there. And whether we get a close back below here, initiating what I would consider another short, continuation short, we just kind of got to wait to see if this actually can get overcome here. I like the setup with the amount of stabs to the downside that we've had here. I think that this is going to end up bullishly posturing itself. So again, you're gonna need maybe 2 more days if volatility stays the same. If it speeds up by the end of the day, there is a chance that you have this signal. TT is already giving you that with some with regular bullish divergence, not quite over 0 yet, but again, a pump on the daily could get you there. Relatively close to the 13 and give you a solid signal. Any close above here, I would solidly take. I think algo looks good for now, but nothing you can do on it yet. For the way that I trade, I like to know for sure instead of just hope. But I think it looks strong here. It can't get sold under here as of yet, and I think that is a sign of strength for algo here. So on the 4th test to the downside, let's see if this test to the upside can hold.
All right. Well, sounds like that concludes your thoughts on algo. Comp is next. Let's get into comp.
Looks like I'm going to be exiting the last of my comp position here. Did hit TP2 on this one over the weekend on that dump. And now it looks like we're getting that crossover, and I'm going to take this as an early exit. Entered back over here on this candle and then rode it all the way down. Just barely didn't hit that TP3, but as of now, there's nothing you can really do. Interesting reversal, of course. If you get this buyback above, then I think that you can end up taking this back to the upside. But as of now, nothing you can do. Haven't quite broke the trend. But like the others, it's shaping up. It just hasn't quite caught up with the rest. And I think there's a lot stronger things out there today. Comp is one that you're going to need more time on.
All right, comp has been looked at. Shoutouts to Murdoch the Murloc on Twitch. Speaking of Murdoch, excuse me, he has a question here. Give me just a second. All right, back. Murdoch the Murloc asks, SLP looks interesting, but isn't it doomed with how the supply works? From what I understand, people with SLP, or people win SLP by playing Axie Infinity. No, not like, I mean, I don't know exactly the tokenomics and, you know, its projected inflation schedule. Is it inherently a problem? Not necessarily. I mean, you look at any token, every token, whether you're playing Axie Infinity or you're a miner mining this thing, tokens come into existence all the time, and many supplies inflate. So is that inherently bad for SLP? Again, probably have to take a closer look, but I don't necessarily think so. It doesn't really differ from most tokens, right?
On the other hand, I will give comp this. It has broken the 4-hour trend on lower time frames with a very solid reversal pattern here. With a good 4-hour signal from here. I do think on lower time frames, comp looks like it's going to keep pushing to the upside. So that likely will lead to some kind of significant signal on the daily. So do with that what you will. If you're in it, I think you're good to stay in it. It looks bullish on lower time frames.
All
Yep.
right, a little comp follow-up on the 4-hour. Let's go ahead and get
But
into
wait
the...
for that larger trend break too, because you could just get a wick up to that 303 range and then get sold right back into. So again, these 3-bar reversals happen just that way. So do with that what you will. But I think that there could be room in here. It looks bullish on lower time frames. I can't deny it that.
Yep, Crypto Bull points out you need SLP to breed the Axie monster. So there is indeed a utility for the SLP tokens. They don't, they're not just a giveaway. They have an actual use for them. So there might very well be a balance to be had there of market forces, right? With that said, getting into the next request, we have Dave Rice on YouTube requesting CRO and Uno. Let's start with CRO.
Row boy. This is another one that's interesting. I think that if you hold this level, I think you're likely to get more price appreciation to the upside. You're getting some nice bullish divergence here, as you can see. Not completely confirmed yet, but it's definitely coming there. You'd have to get a rather large candle here to not complete that. And then you're keeping within this more parabolic trend, or this less parabolic trend, I'm sorry, from here that we marked out back last Friday. And if you remember, I was talking about, we were right about here. I'm like, we'll likely get some kind of 3-bar candle, and then we get this candle to the upside and then sideways, and if we hold this trend here, then we're likely to continue to the upside, and then if we break below this, then we can get out. So this, I do believe, is a good entry, low risk entry on crow.com if you're looking to take this to the upside, and any close below your 13 EMA, which would be at 0.68, so it's about 5 cent margin there. I think that that's a good trade. You could wait till the end of the day. If you get any close above here, then you know that you're likely to get continuation to the upside. But it depends on what kind of trade you're playing. I think that this does look like it's gaining support. Like I said, and any close below that 68.84 cents, then nope, it's likely to. If you close back below here, you're definitely going to test this more less parabolic trend. So do with that what you will. But I think it looks great for a reversal here.
Man, I should have waited for that trend to break before I guess sold, but you live and learn. With that said, big shout outs to Dave Rice. That's CRO. Uno is up next.
Uno. Look at that. It's like someone predicted it. Just a little. It's always about timing, man. It's always about timing. But as for Uno right now, nothing you can really do. You should have been in a short from here, which would have worked out beautifully. And now you're getting a buyback up to the baseline. Nothing you can do yet. You're still under resistance here. Lower time frames. Beginning to shape up the same way. You're getting broken trends. I think that they're... Well, actually, not anymore. The trade was right here. But you could keep getting more price continuation out of this. You just need a little bit more evidence. But nothing to do. If you're short, then I think you should be out of it and waiting for a proper signal to get long. You have broke a trend here, so just wait. I think any close back above the 13, buying you into this channel is going to be a good entry because that's going to be the median of price anyways. And then a good pump up there. I think that this is likely going to be defended if you get another close back above your 13. So I would wait for that. Because like I said, there are stronger things out there right now. So go with those and let this get stronger.
All right. Well, that would be a look at Uno for David Rice. Okay, what do we got left? Got one more request still to go. We got XTZ for We Fix Phones and Tablets Orlando Park. Can you please take a look at XTZ? Follow up on the cup and handle on a daily? All right, do you see a cup and handle on the daily, XTZ?
I remember we talked about this, and I did tell him, oh, look at that. I marked this level out yesterday, the last time we were talking about this cup and handle, because I was like, I do see what you're saying, but you usually get a sweep of all of these levels here before you get that reversal to the upside. I think you're seeing evidence of it, my friend. I do think that this is shaping up to be rather bullish. You haven't broken this trend to the upside. Like I said last week, that I think that you're likely to get a descending channel here, and then you gotta wait for the channel to break. And this is what they call just a descending channel breakout. I think that if you get any close above this level, then I think that that's exactly what you should do, is buy the break of this channel, because you're likely to get that swing all the way back up, and it will be a proper cup and handle. So I think that it's very important that this level was defended here. Nothing I can quite do here. I mean, if you were just excited about it and jumped in from here, I wouldn't necessarily blame you, but that's just not the way I trade. I got to wait for my systems to really start firing, because I'm not going to buy in this this channel and have it just continue to chop me up for a long time. I want a solid positive break out of it. But what we're seeing today, there's a very large candle to the upside. Things are looking bullish for it for today, but it's another one of those, wait for the intra week. I think you're going to get the signal on it. But yeah, a break above this, then I think that you nailed the cup and handle, man.
All right, cup and handle on Tezos. Big shout outs to our boy Orlando Park, phone fixer goes extraordinaire.
And if I remember correctly, I put this line here to say, like, if you didn't want to buy now, I might just put some limit orders at that 44.32 or 4.377, and then just see if it gets hit, and then if you get the reversal, you'll know. So that would have worked out beautifully. And you can always go back and just see, because I can't make it up or lie to you guys. It's all on YouTube.
Anyword asks, is Uno the card game? I mean, that's what comes to my mind. I don't think it has anything to do with the card game. I think just the name of the project. But yes, you say Uno, I'm thinking of that damn card game. With that said, that would be a look at XTZ. Let's get into what could be the last request of the day. We got Groot. How we doing on time as well? I guess I could get on with the lemons soon. Yeah, let's open the lemons up in, say, 5 minutes, guys. In the meantime, GRT is the next request. Xavier writes, can we take a look at GRT? I bought it for the long term, but I want to grab more. All right.
I mean, it's interesting here. It's an interesting pattern. I always hate when this happens, though. When I see price appreciate so quickly. Oh, I'm sorry, this is the 4 hour, but still, that white noise in here, I always hate to see. So you did get a buy signal here, which would have been a little bit too much to take, and you would have looked for that baseline pullback here in order to get an entry on this, which it just has done, and price is being absorbed here. Any close like this, I think that you're still valid to enter into this trade. I do hate that you got wicked right up to this level here and got sold into, but I do like that there is this level of support that's being obeyed for now. So I don't think you'd be crazy to take this position here, and then any close back below the baseline, you could get out safely with a relatively minimal loss. I don't hate this chart. This is the only thing that gives me a little bit of pause, is wicking up to this level. Technically, would you be buying resistance? Kinda, because you don't have that solid break, but there is a solid signal here, and you would be sitting in it anyways if you entered here or looked for that baseline pullback. So taking the position here and putting your stop at and putting your stop at that 85.5 range, I think that would be a good trade. Because any close down below there, you know that this is likely to get more sold into. But it's looking pretty good, but I usually don't like that big of a candle in one go. But it's currently obeying that old resistance come support. And if it can't go down, it's going to go up. So I think it looks good. I think GRT looks great on the daily right now. Very constructive. And possibly some red candles to buy into. I don't like to buy the top of green candles because you usually see throwback. So this might be one of the most opportune moments to enter into GRT right here. How long that lasts, I don't know. That's why we use take profit systems. But yeah, right. here. I don't hate it.
Big shout outs. Okay. Let me just see something here, guys. Might have some bad news. I did promise lemons.
Oh yeah.
But we had a big management reset a bunch of things on the streaming front. I've had to reset almost everything today. And I just realized now that they did in fact log me out of DLive as well. So just bear with me 1 second, guys.
We are powerless.
I will be able to confirm if the old password still works, or did they change it on me? Did I get logged out? DLive, log me in, please. Come on, DLive. Authentication mismatch. All right, guys, bad news. Unless Justin or Ben, if one of you fellas are listening in on the show and you're still logged in on DLive, maybe you could help me open the chest, guys. Otherwise, I'm afraid, excuse me, I am afraid that today's chest might be a no-go on account of me being logged out of the CCD live account. With that said, I'll see if I can fix this in the next couple of minutes. What do we have left? It's the last request of the day as far as I'm concerned. What in the hell is HECTOR? Jonah, love the show. If we get a minute, HECTOR. Okay, what do you mean? Is that a coin? HECTOR coin?
I have no idea what HECTOR is.
HECTOR DAO.
Why are you doing this, HECTOR?
Yes, it is a coin. Ticker HEC. It's a Phantom-based token. Its top trading pair is on Spooky Swap, which is the main dex over there on Phantom. And it's on Hotbit. It's on Hotbit as well.
Is it HECTOR.D? Can I look at that?
HECTOR. Yep, that will probably be it. HECTOR.D trades against DAI on where? Oh, on Spooky Swap. Okay, cool. This shows up on TradingView. Sweet.
I mean, it looks weak here. It's interesting that you're still obeying this level. You kind of gotta just wait to see if it holds here or not. If it breaks from here, I think you have quite a bit of downside here. Yeah, so I mean, any close back below here, I think that you're likely to get some volatility to the downside and then to the upside. I'm not sure in which order, but as of right now, you should be short in this position and just beginning to break below that 100 EMA. Of course, very interesting to see this holding the way that it is, but I don't want to buy this knife because if this gets sold into, you have a lot of downside. I don't think the risk to reward is there. If anything, you should be short here and then closing that and any close back above the 13. Yeah, I just can't advise getting into a position right here. Oh, again, that's the 4 hour, damn it. Yeah, again, I just can't advise getting into that looking at this chart pattern. That looks super weak to me. So nothing you can do with this. If anything, you should be out of it or short. And then, of course, if you get that price action to the upside, and then you'll know what to do.
Let me take a look here. Jonah, love the show. HECTOR has 700,000 staking returns. Yes, 700. You mean 700,000% in staking returns, APY? Well then, I know, but it's training and mooning. Well, I think we had this question asked today in the Discord. Somebody was asking, what's the deal with yield farming and some of these DeFi protocols? And the answer was something along the lines of, well, it depends what you get paid out in, right? If you're farming the native token, something like this DAO, HECTOR DAO, if this is true, is paying 700% APY, 700,000% APY. It's probably getting paid out in its native token, and that comes with a few caveats.
It has to be at that point.
Yeah. So, DYOR and trade carefully out there. Big shout outs to Jonah of the show for a look at HECTOR. Okay. Guys, that's the official last request of the day. I would be moving to open the chest, but again, having some chest problems today. I will double up. I promise. We'll return tomorrow. The Tuesday installment will return tomorrow. I will double up on the lemon rewards. Then I neglected to log into CC. Who would have thought? What else? Let's go in here and check the comments. Guys, we are going to move to wrap the show down, and just gonna check if there is any further requests. Crypto Bull, anyone else looking at BOBA? Just check out how it works. Very clever, says Jonah. Love the show. HEC market cap is only 136 million. Yeah, that's interesting to note. Only 136 mil in this game still seems like could be some nice gains to be had. You do have to venture on over to Phantom and the Spooky Swap decks. Okay, guys.
It looks pretty weak on lower time frames.
We're looking at BOBA. Indeed, we are looking at BOBA. Anyone else looking at BOBA has Crypto Bull 21? Well, that's that.
You just gotta see if this level here holds, and then you get a trend break. Lower time frames, it does appear that you got a trend break here, and now you're coming back down to test it. So whether this becomes support right here, you could have a possible rally to the upside here. Just kind of got to be patient with it on lower time frames. But as of now, you're getting a full short signal on lower time frames, so it can close right back below here if it wants to.
All right. Well, is there anything else to add? That would be BOBA. And no, that's it. I think I've covered everybody's comments. We've looked at all the requests for today. What's this here? Oh, Boris Bitcoin. We missed Boris Bitcoin's request. Let's go look at POLIS, shall we? Putting it out on screen now, guys. POLIS is how it's spelled.
Is it POLIS perp or is it POLIS?
POLIS USD, says Boris Bitcoin.
On FTX?
Let me go look. One moment, guys.
I mean, it's definitely an interesting chart, but I usually don't like this much open space.
Yep, BSC token, top trading pair on PancakeSwap against wrap to BNB. Yeah,
So
type in
maybe it's
POLIS
not
over
right.
here. Might not be right, so just give POLIS a look here.
Ah, much different chart. Looks like you do have a 4-hour break of trend. Let's look at the 12-hour on this. It's starting to shape up here a little bit, but hasn't quite broken anything significant. Here, of course, with these wicks, it's going to be a little bit more difficult, but as you can see from here to here, we haven't quite broken above this. We have broke the more parabolic trend of this as of now, which we could go down to the 4-hour and kind of see where we're in the middle of. So yeah, I think that in the midterm, you're likely to get to a play down here to this 71 cent range, come back down here and test. And then from there, you can see if you break back below or if it becomes support. If it comes support from there, then I think you're going to go sideways until you eventually break this trend and finally get that press back to the upside. As of right now, I would look for an entry at that 72 cent range. Hope to pick it up. And then if you get a close back below in the 60 cent range, get out of it because you're likely to dump. But if that's what you're trying to do, is snag an entry on this and hope that support holds here. It's not the worst idea in the world, but you could always break down lower because what is this off of the top of here? 66% off of the top, and we usually see around 80% on average, and that would take you back down to this bottom shelf. So it's not impossible either. So just something to keep in mind. But lower time frames, breaking trends, nothing you can quite do on the daily, but yeah, there could be some strength here. I would look for that entry around 72 cents.
Wonderful. All right. Well, that was giving Polis a fair shake. Big shout out to Boris Bitcoin for that one. That I think is one of the last requests of the day. We are quarter after. I think we're ready to head to the exits. Yeah, Polis USD or Polis perp on FTX. All right, I think we hit the right Polis.
Well, this is the other Polis.
Go look at POLIS perp.
Like this is POLIS USDT or POLIS USD that he's talking about. Let's look at it. Okay. I think this is a very solid continuation on the daily, my friend. A close above here, I like. It's proving that this has now become support. You'll likely get a candle to the downside to test the top of this. So if you're looking for like little bit of a better entry, probably that $9.49 because of your distance to your baseline. But this is a solid signal on a continuation. Rising explosion level, which you don't necessarily need. Rising momentum, time transformation as well. Everything is a go here if you close like this. Could be in some drawdown if you go sideways to let your baseline catch up. So laddering that entry in might be better, but I wouldn't have a problem taking this position right here on this. This is a solid signal.
All right. Apparently,
Like I said, you could go a little sideways up until here and then get that to the upside, but it's a very solid continuation.
All right. Apparently, the USD pairing tells a different story, huh? With that said, let's get into.
Well, those weren't the same charts, man. These are not the same.
I know it's because this one's BNB. One's paired against BNB. Right.
Oh, okay.
Yep. That's what it is. Yeah. So the USD chart's telling a different story.
Yeah, I mean, this is constructive. This is the beginning of what will either be a break and continuation to the upside or a false break and a sell-off. But as of now, it's looking like momentum's to the upside with a rising explosion level. I love it. I think that this is going to go to the upside.
Yeah, Boris Bitcoin always spotting decent setups out here. Big shout outs to Boris Bitcoin for that one. All right, last request of the day, guys. Promise this is the last one. Alex81SG, can you take a look at ADA Cardano? Yep, last minute look at Cardano.
I mean, Cardano still looks like shit. You're getting exit signals here, so you should probably be getting out of your... I knew I should have taken this continuation short on this close back below here. I even said it in the group. I'm like, I know, I feel like I should be short in ADA right now, and that would have been beautiful. But nothing you can really do with it right now. It's telling you to get out of your short, which you would have nailed anyways. So just nothing you can do quite yet. If you're a reversal trader, maybe you're thinking that this sweep is your moment to get in to ADA, but that's not my type of trading. I know that there's some exchanges delisting ADA. I don't know why, but certainly doesn't speak to longevity.
It was a minor delisting. I, for one, don't want to FUD Cardano too bad. I don't think Cardano's going anywhere. The battle for the smart contract virtual machine platforms is still underway. We'll see how this shakes out.
Certainly doesn't look awesome on the daily. Lower time frames. Let's see if there's anything there. I'm starting to give you a good continuation on this 4-hour candle, which I wouldn't mind taking because it's about the same as this long. And you did get a higher high here with the rising explosion level. I do think that lower time frames, ADA is going to rise. You got 38 minutes until that close, so yeah, I think that that's going to end up being a quality 4-hour signal on ADA. But nothing you can do on the daily.
Right. Bear with me one second. We got another late request coming across the line. We're going to look at the following. It's Atlas. Yes, Star Atlas for any word. It trades on FTX. So just search Atlas, FTX, USD pairing is the one.
I mean, I don't hate this chart either. I don't like that it hasn't come back down and tested this level right here. But for what it's doing, it does seem to be building support on top of this level here. Nothing you can quite do yet. If you're in this, I think you're safe to be in it for now until you get that close back below. But I think you're likely to get if it closes anything like this, either today or tomorrow, you're going to end up getting a continuation off this. And any close above that 20-cent range, this is going to be good to take to the upside. And then you're in price discovery, and then I just don't know. But I can assume if it does, that it's going to behave off this trend and then get more parabolic from there if it does break to the upside. If not, you'll get this M pattern, and then you'll get a sell-off all the way through this. So watch this trend. But nothing you can do quite today. If you're in it, then I would feel safe being in it for now.
All right, beautiful. Star Atlas is in the bag. Anyword has been repping Atlas all stream along, guys. Do check out Star Atlas. He thinks it's the premier play to earn NFT
It's the one.
meta game. Yeah. According to Anywhere. Do your own research, guys. He is, of course, repping the Star Atlas. Big shout outs to you. Let's have a look. Mr. Ether, always love your installments. Jason, great job, guys. Yes, thank you. I love Jason.
Wow,
Jason on the show's really come into his own. ETH1, hi everyone. Big shout out to you on DLive. And somebody by the name of Nikosana Makobo, would you please take a look at TLM? Do we want to do one more?
Why not?
We're super generous. Why not? New user, we'll throw them a bone. TLM.
I think that this looks a lot like the Alice trade, my friend. I like this a lot. I think that this is begging for continuation, in my opinion, of a parabolic trend going more parabolic. I think it closed below this. This is a lot like those 3-bar reversals that I was talking about. It doesn't always necessarily have to look exact. That's one thing that people always like, well, it doesn't perfectly fit. Like it's more of a outline of how they play out usually. And that's why sometimes we'll say textbook, because like they don't usually look very textbook. But I think that this looks a lot like, let's take a look at that. Of course, Alice did have a different run than this one, but we'll take a look here. I'm going to assume that this is a metaverse coin just because of the structure that I'm looking at, because this is what I've been seeing across the board. Okay, so let me just do this. Let's get wild. Oh, I'm going to have to upgrade. I got a day. I can't do 3. But if you look at these charts, I mean, how similar are these charts right now? These look like they're accumulating above resistance levels and about to press on to higher highs. I mean, these are the exact same chart. And I do like this break back above, which to me is evidence that we're likely to get that continuation to the upside. Any close back below this trend line is going to kick us out of there. So we need to wait for the daily close. But I think that there's going to be a trade here. I think that this is bullishly posturing itself. I think these metaverse coins are going to do very well here in the coming future. They just look different. They look more bullish. I like them a lot. Like I said, it won't be a proper signal for me, but getting these pullbacks and tests of this trend and closing back above the 13, I might consider taking a full position on it. Because let alone just from here, if we look at Quadriga, I'm going to at least get that swing to the upside to test resistance. And I think that that's going to be just a guaranteed trade, in my opinion, that will likely get that press to the upside, at least to test. And then if we get the rejection, we get the rejection. But the way that this is building, I can't argue with how bullish it is, man. Like I believe that this is going to have follow through just by the structure.
All right, Bird in the YouTube chat says, boo, upgrade your trading view, Jason. 60% off today. You better get on it.
Yeah, today's the day to do it.
Today is that day to do it. Crypto Bull 21 says, Alien Worlds TLM is a decentralized and non-fungible token metaverse. So, Jason, you weren't wrong. Indeed, your spidey senses were correct. This is yet
well, I mean, like I said,
token.
The charts can tell you everything. And like I was saying, the charts for the metaverse, these metaverse coins just look different. I think they're gearing up for something. And I'm going to be a part of it.
All right. Well, I will resist the urge to ape into everything a metaverse today.
I told you I bought sand at 7 yesterday.
Jason bought $7 sandbox, guys. On the way to $100, are we?
I put some away just in case that this thing's successful. I mean, it's already been successful, right, for the early holders, but with the launch and everything coming up right now, it's one of those few times that I'm like, man, the chart is telling me to buy the news.
All right. Well, there isn't a whole lot more to add to that. We are 90 minutes into the show. Absolutely wonderful. We did an excellent Monday installment, guys. Tomorrow, of course, is Tuesday. Tuesday would be Jason. Jason should be
Yep,
back
I'm excited to
tomorrow.
do it 2 days in a row just to see, because these next 2 days I think are going to be important. Tomorrow's close I think is going to be super important.
Try 3 days in a row, big guy. You were here Friday too. Getting a
Well,
getting
oh yeah,
getting
I'm
a
talking about
triple.
this week though.
Yeah, this week. Triple dose of Jason coming your way this week, guys. Looking forward to it. Don't have a whole lot more to add, though. We will be back tomorrow. You know what to do. Do check out the Cyber Monday Black Friday deal over on our website. Let me go ahead and put that up on screen for you guys now. Let me go find it. Here it is. Yes, the Black Friday sale. Hopefully, I think it's still on. I think it runs maybe through this week. Use coupon code Black Friday 15. The first 15 people to use this code. I don't know if all 15 have already been claimed, but 50% off for the first 15. Everybody after that gets 30% off our premium materials, guys. So do check it out. Premium.krakencryptocurrency.com for all our primo stuff. Access to our proprietary indicator suite. You do see our proprietary indicators on stream here all the time, guys. Everything from WADA, ATAR Explosion, although that one may be free. Minx and many more. Yeah, I think WADA's free. But we have a few paid indicators, our education material, mentorship, access to the premium lounge, a whole lot more. I encourage you guys to check that out. The Black Friday sale is live. All right, not much more to add. Much love to the audience. We'll be back tomorrow. Final words go to Jason.
I would just trade carefully out there right now. Today, at the daily close, there might be some trades that we take. ETH is looking great, especially. It could end up being one of those that we wick up and then it gets sold back into. So just always keep that in mind. Right now I do want to be bullish, but it can't be understated that I think that meta coins are going to do really well here. I think they're gearing up for something special.
You've been warned. We will be following the development of this whole metaverse business in the coming weeks. In the meantime, we'll be back. Much love, guys.
Peace. Goodbye.